Went from condos to Pop's house. On calls now bus routes.
All right, so we have CEO Natalie Dawson, who basically did an interview, and she talked about how she had to fire a couple of her employees because they were both cheating on their spouses. There was a lot of, controversy and people who had their own thoughts about this. I definitely want to give my opinion on this because I'm a business owner myself. I've been owning a business now for almost 14 years, right? I always round it off to about 15. But I've been running a business for a while, and on average has never had less than probably around, I'm gonna say 30 employees on average. So I run into these type of situations. I've actually ran into something similar to this one time, and I'll go into what happened from that situation. But let's listen to what Natalie Dawson have to say about this, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
One of the things I've gotten so much criticism of online was when I publicly shared a TikTok about firing somebody because I found out that she was cheating on her significant other, and the other person also had a significant other. And as soon as I found out about it, I terminated both of them immediately.
Wait, someone was cheating with someone in the company?
Yeah.
Oh, and they both had partners?
Both had partners outside of the company. As soon as I caught wind of it, it wasn't even like a split-second decision. I can't have this in my environment, especially somebody close around me. People trust me and should trust any leader to help them make their success easy.
One would say that's none of your business what they're doing when they go home.
Not to get into specifics of the particular event, but it happened to be around work.
But if it wasn't at work, you still wouldn't.
Even if it was, I would fire the person immediately.
So you'd fire someone for cheating?
If they're going to cheat on the person that they're supposed to spend the rest of their life with, do you think that they're cheating on their work? That person is a liability to the environment.
People have things in their personal life which are very different to the way that they show up professionally, though. People do all kinds of things in their personal life.
It's terrifying.
I don't consider that to be my business.
Oh, it's absolutely my business. If somebody has a problem in their personal life, they're the same person that shows up to work.
Listen, the way that I see it is if I expand the scope of my concerns, I'm going to get fucking nothing done. I don't want to be the government of your fucking personal situations as well. As long as it doesn't show up in the office.
I can't bifurcate and put in two separate buckets what somebody is doing at home and think that what they're doing at home and the confusion and the distraction isn't going to bleed over into our environment. And I would be willing to bet, and curious on your perspective of this, those people that you found out where there are different situations and different problems in their personal life, they actually do show up in their work.
Wow. She broke that down. Let me just start out by, I just love how she's straight to the point, and everything that she's saying, you could tell she's very confident about what she's saying as well. I'm gonna talk about this from two different angles, right? The first angle I'm gonna go in is, so when it comes down to running a business, you're a leader. And everyone who is trusting to work with you and be a part of your business is trusting you as the leader. So you're going to have to make tough decisions that other people may not like. There's a lot of times you're going to make decisions that maybe 60 or 70% of the people who work for you agree with you, but 30% may not agree with you. That's the risk that you make by being a business owner. It's no guarantee that your business is going to be up and running tomorrow or the next day or even an hour from your business being up and running. There's no guarantee when it comes down to that. So you always got to focus on business ethics and business code of conduct, which is I have laws that I have written down when it comes down to this business that people have to follow. And if those rules, laws, and regulations are not followed, right, then I'm going to have to make a decision, and sometimes that could lead to termination. When it comes down to what Natalie have in her rules and regulations, which is, hey, I'm not dealing with no cheating spouses. I'm not doing that. I'm letting you go. That's her decision. The next business owner could be like, I'm not even paying attention to that. That's not none of my business. As long as y'all doing your job really good and the business is flowing, that's all that matters to me. That's that business owner's decision. So is she wrong? She's not wrong, because that's her business, right? She can make whatever decision she want to make with her business. And hey, more power to her, right? You can have your opinion, but that's her business. Now, when it come down to me personally, I don't disagree with her. I don't disagree with her at all. As a leader, I wouldn't want to have people working for me that all my other employees know that they're cheating with each other and they're both married. Because then once they know that I know and I'm not doing nothing about it, they're going to start questioning me as a leader. Some may not, but some will, right? So you have to make tough decisions, which you might have to pay unemployment later because of it, maybe. You may have to pay unemployment because of it. But I say I would make that decision because of my faith, which I'm going to go into that in a minute. Because I'm going to be transparent with you. If I wasn't a Christian man and I was just out there running a business, you know what I'm saying? Like, not worried about nothing but getting the bag, straight ambitious with it, I may not even care. You know, I'm just telling you the truth. But when it comes down to my faith, I have to live a certain way. And I don't believe in cheating. When it comes down to cheating on your spouse, cheating on your husband, or cheating on your wife, I don't believe in that. So I have to make a decision based off of my faith beliefs as well, right? Now, when I tell you all that I've ran into a situation like that before, the situation I ran into, the man was actually married. It got out that him and another young lady who worked for me was messing around with each other. They found out that I knew because it got around. I set up a meeting to talk to both of them separately. Once that meeting was set, the following week, they both decided to leave the company. Now, at that apparent time, I was going to have a conversation with them because I don't personally like to just fire people. I was going to talk to them and basically let them know, of course, it's not right. And, you know, he most likely needs to talk to his wife. And let's touch bases on this maybe in a couple of weeks to just see where the situation is at. I would have gave them an opportunity to make it right. You know, I believe everything that I've did in my life, I was awarded an opportunity to change the situation. So I was going to give them that same benefit of the doubt. Look, let's see where this goes, but I want you to know that this is not right. And I cannot have, you know, this situation floating around in this business. I can't. So let's try to fix it. If we can't, then we have to, you know, go to a different level. So that's how I dealt with it. I didn't have to go further with it because they both left the company, which who knows? He could have got a divorce and they could be married by now. I don't know. Hopefully he made it right with his wife. Because we know, according to the Bible, the woman or man that you marry, that is your husband or wife for life. So hopefully he made it work with his wife, man. But that was my situation. Now, let's go to the faith side of it. Like I said, this is completely wrong. So when we're talking about the faith side of it, yeah, as a boss who have morals when it come down to, hey, I'm a Christian man or a Christian woman, and I can't have nobody working for me that is committing adultery. I have to let you both go. Even if I get hit with unemployment, I got to deal with it, right? And I want to pull something up to show you how important it is when you're living as a Christian, when you're a believer, not to do this, right? Let's go to Leviticus 20:10. If a man commits adultery with another man's wife, with the wife of his neighbor, both the adulterer and the adulteress are to be put to death. To be put to death. Look how hard the Bible go in on a cheater. The Bible ain't playing. The Bible is not joking with anyone. The Bible is letting you know that this is wrong. God looked down on you when you a cheater. You are blowing all your blessings. You fumbling the bag. Yes, you are fumbling the bag. This is a no-no when it comes down to the faith. So, with that being said, hey, good job, Natalie, being honest and letting you know, look, I don't put up with this. And I don't disagree with her. As a boss, a owner, an entrepreneur who have employees, she have every right to make that decision. And just to be honest with you all, in the end, if it continued, I would make the same decision myself. Hey, a lot of people may not agree, but my faith is always first. My salvation is always first. My relationship with Christ is always first. Me being good with God is always first.